Today our topic is the Stoics' Guide to Facing Pain and Hardship. Life is not always easy. Everyone faces pain, loss, and challenges at some point. These moments can feel overwhelming, but the philosophy of Stoicism offers timeless wisdom to help us navigate through them. Stoicism is not about avoiding pain or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about learning how to face it with strength, clarity, and resilience. The Stoics believed that while we cannot always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. This idea is the foundation of their teachings and can be a powerful tool for anyone dealing with difficulty. First, let's talk about acceptance. The Stoics teach us that pain and hardship are natural parts of life. They are not punishments or signs that something is wrong with the world or with us. They are simply part of the human experience. When we accept this truth, we stop fighting against reality. We stop saying, "Why me?" or "This shouldn't have happened." Instead, we say, "This is what has happened. Now, how can I move forward?" Acceptance doesn't mean we like the pain or that we give up. It means we stop wasting energy on resisting what we cannot change. This shift in mindset is incredibly freeing. It allows us to focus on what we can control, rather than being stuck in frustration over what we cannot. Another key Stoic principle is the power of perspective. The Stoics believe that our suffering often comes not from the events themselves, but from how we interpret them. For example, losing a job can feel like a disaster, but it can also be an opportunity to start something new. A broken relationship can feel like the end of the world, but it can also teach us about ourselves and what we truly value. The Stoics remind us that we have the power to choose how we see our circumstances. We can focus on the loss, or we can look for the lessons and opportunities. This doesn't mean we ignore our emotions or pretend everything is fine. It means we train ourselves to see beyond the immediate pain and find meaning in our experiences. Stoicism also teaches us about the importance of self-discipline. When we face pain or hardship, it's easy to let our emotions take over. We might feel angry, sad, or hopeless. These emotions are natural, but if we let them control us, they can make our situation worse. The Stoics believed in practicing self-discipline to manage our emotions. This doesn't mean we suppress our feelings or pretend we don't care. It means we acknowledge our emotions without letting them dictate our actions. For example, if someone hurts us, we might feel the urge to lash out or seek revenge. But the Stoic approach would be to pause, reflect, and choose a response that aligns with our values. This kind of self-control takes practice, but it can help us handle even the most difficult situations with dignity and grace. Another important Stoic idea is the concept of focusing on what we can control. Life is full of uncertainties, and many things are beyond our power. We can't control the weather, the actions of others, or the fact that we will face challenges. But we can control our own thoughts, actions, and attitudes. The Stoics believe that by focusing on what we can control, we reduce our suffering and increase our sense of peace. For example, if we are dealing with an illness, we might not be able to control the illness itself, but we can control how we respond to it. We can choose to take care of ourselves, seek support, and maintain a positive mindset. By focusing on these things, we regain a sense of agency, even in difficult circumstances. The Stoics also emphasize the value of gratitude, even in the face of pain. It's easy to focus on what's wrong or what we've lost, but practicing gratitude helps us see what's still good in our lives. For example, if we lose a loved one, we can focus on the pain of their absence, or we can be grateful for the time we had with them and the memories we shared. Gratitude doesn't erase the pain, but it helps us balance our perspective. It reminds us that even in the darkest moments, there is still light. One of the most famous Stoic practices is the premeditation of evils. This means imagining the worst-case scenarios and preparing ourselves mentally for them. At first, this might sound pessimistic, but it's actually a way to build resilience. By thinking about what could go wrong, we reduce our fear of the unknown. We also prepare ourselves to handle challenges with calm and clarity. For example, if we imagine losing our job, we can think about how we would respond. We might update our resume, save money, or explore new opportunities. By doing this, we reduce the shock and anxiety if the worst actually happens. This practice helps us face life's uncertainties with confidence and courage. The Stoics also remind us of the temporary nature of life. Everything changes, and nothing lasts forever. This includes both the good and the bad. When we are in pain, it can feel like it will last forever, but the Stoics remind us that it won't. This perspective helps us endure difficult times, knowing that they will pass. It also encourages us to appreciate the good moments, because they too are temporary. By embracing the impermanence of life, we learn to live more fully in the present moment. Finally, the Stoics believed in the importance of virtue. They taught that true happiness comes from living a life of integrity, wisdom, courage, and justice. When we face pain and hardship, these virtues can guide us. They help us make choices that align with our values even when it's hard. For example, if we are facing a moral dilemma, the virtue of justice can help us choose the right path, even if it comes with personal costs. The Stoics believe that by living virtuously, we build a strong and resilient character that can withstand any challenge. In conclusion, the Stoics' guide to facing pain and hardship is about acceptance, perspective, self-discipline, focus on what we can control, gratitude, preparation, embracing impermanence, and living virtuously. These principles don't eliminate pain, but they give us the tools to face it with strength and wisdom. Life will always have its ups and downs, but with Stoic philosophy we can navigate them with grace and resilience. Remember, it's not what happens to us that defines us, but how we respond. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we can turn even the most difficult experiences into opportunities for growth and transformation.